How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the Hollow at Harmony. This is a 9-hole track, but I'll be playing it from the shorts and longs. Hole 1 here, just a little chip up. I'm able to park it right underneath the basket. So for the majority of this video, you'll be seeing me throw 2 putts on every hole. I've just been working on my putting this month, and I really want to improve that and move up from an MA4, hopefully into MA3 or MA2 even. By the end of the season. So on that first one, park job, super easy tap in with my throwing putter. On hole 2 here, I get it a little too hyzered, so it goes down into this little creek, which I was playing as casual, but I had a pretty good stance once I got down there. I left myself, I don't know, 15 feet here, give or take. Nothing too crazy, so I was able to get down in there, get my footing pretty good, and nail both of these putts. This course was actually put together by a friend of mine. Shout out to Highlands Disc Golf. This track is wonderful. I'm going to include it on the U-Disc on my my description here. This place was just incredible. A lot of elevation changes, a lot of fun holes. It was a really, really good time. Hole 3 here, it's like a super sharp right-hand turn. I was able to just rip backhand out and around. Unluckily, I hit this little log wall and it kicked me back a little bit, so I had like a weird Anheuser putt around the tree, which I am not able to knock down, but got myself close. I'm going to be able to walk up and just tap it in, which is super nice. This next hole was really weird because it had a very like defined route to it, but if you swung it right through like a skinny gap up the right side, you had a lot more room to like let a hyzer flip up and then hyzer back in. So I was thinking of doing that, and I actually ended up doing that from the longs because it played a lot easier. On this first one, I tried to just go with like a bit of a turnover. Didn't quite turn it enough with my MD3, so I have to kind of just lay up with long looks from, I don't know, 50 feet, give or take. Don't miss it by a whole lot, but I'm able to just run up, tap them in. Super easy. And then this next hole was by far the best hole on this entire course, both from the shorts and the longs. From the shorts, it was 333 par 4, as you can see on the screen there, and it was just killer. You can see the top of the basket out there. I'm throwing my DD on a little bit of hyzer, get it to flip up to flat, ride, and then hyzer back in, and I felt like I just absolutely crushed this shot. You can just barely see the top of the basket, so I wasn't totally sure. But I get up there and I'm at about 18 feet, so I'm stoked. Eagle look here. Obviously short tees, so a little bit cheaper, but still, we take eagles when we can get them. I'm pretty pumped about this one to nail both putts. So a lot of the holes out here are super, they give you a distance, and I just feel like it is not accurate at all. This one says 250-ish flat ground, and that is just not the case. My side arm with the Skywalker is definitely more than a 250, especially I put it on a little bit of flex. But I get myself to circle edge, just pin high left here, and chain the first one. Second one comes in just a touch low. I was trying to do mainly standstill putts. Like, I know that I was just outside of the circle there, but I was trying to work on that. This next one is super hard to film. You can see, like, just over the top of my head is the basket. It's a black basket. It's really hard to see. I throw just a stock hyzer. I'm trying to peek up over at it, and it actually goes just past the basket, just deep. So I'm left with a little comebacker. I'm like in the woods, weird little trees. I think I literally floated past the back of the basket on it. But it's a very fun hole. As you can see, the drop off is right in front of it there, like maybe 6 feet. So you really don't want to mess around. This one's another one. It says that it's 295. I think this plays every bit of 350. It's just insane how long this thing is, and it's uphill. It's really crazy for a hole. It's tucked kind of upper right of that gap there, but I just pump my DD out there on just a touch of hyzer, get it to flat. It flexes back, or crashes back in afterwards, and I've still got about 45 foot uphill, so I'm pretty much just going to putt for layups here just get them up there, get them close, make the tap in easy. This is something, again, I could have jump putted, got a bit more spin on it, but I figured it would just be easier and it would be better work to focus on really just chipping them up there, standstill, and generating that power with my wrist. And then hole 9, you'll see down the left side of the fairway is this huge climbing wall that they have. And it creates this really cool, because like the guardian trees down the right don't let you just hyzer straight in. So I was thinking on my first go of flexing my FD3, and I didn't put it on enough turn, so it kind of leaks out left on me a little bit. So I get to just outside a circle, pin high left, but these trees are just right in my way, so I got to really like hyzer, lean out. So I try like a little forehand, scoop it up there. So it sucks to miss out on that birdie because I was right there, but you know, it's all right. I believe we finished the first half at 6 down with the eagle, so I'm super happy with that. And then we'll be moving into the back 9, which is the long tees. And from the long tees here, we have a little bit of a different shot on this first one. It's not just a chip hyzer around the trees. You got to kind of flex something through. I overturned my glacier just a touch, and I end up hitting one of the trees short. So I'm going to get in there and again just kind of chip up with my putters. As you can see, I'm like on a hill, tucked over here in the weeds. I got to get my feet under me here, and then yeah, it's just a little chip up Anheuser putt. I come pretty close on the first one, or on the second one, to getting it to go, but just kind of dink them both underneath the basket. Can't be mad about it. There's some random buggies and such. This course is on a religious retreat, so there was just like workers and everybody just bouncing around left and right, and it was a little like, whoa, what's happening? You know, you're out in the middle of the woods and then all of a sudden there's just a bunch of people there. Yeah, so I'm able to just kind of chip up, drop these ones in, and then you really start to see a difference. There's like certain holes where it's like a completely different hole from the back tee, and then there's certain holes where you're like, this is the exact same shot I just threw. So for example, on this hole, you just move to the other side of the road, so you got to hit a smaller gap, longer and farther downhill. So I go just MD3, get it to carry down. I do fade out early a little bit, but I get a nice little roll off the tree, so I leave myself just inside a circle, a good 28-footer, 30-footer, and I'm able to step up, knock it down. So feeling good about it. This next one it is such a steep angle that it's really hard to film, so I'll be tucked behind the tree on the very far right. And again, we're just throwing that spike hyzer forehand up and around the turn. And this one comes out just a little too straight. I don't get it to quite fade back in as hard. So I leave myself circle's edge putt through these trees. I finish long, and I'm able to hyzer it around the gap, drain it in there. So super pumped about that. Great shot. And this is the one where I went with this skinny gap up the right side because it just allows you to hyzer back a good bit more. And you'll see I get to perfect pin high just on the right side a bit. So I'm pretty happy with it because I think it would have been really hard to get to pin high through the main gap. You would have had to throw such a like long turning turnover shot or like a really, really dead straight forehand. And I didn't love either of those. But I'm able to just kind of pitch those up, knock them in, just little tap-ins. You see the Proto P2s. Loving throwing with these, by the way. They are absolutely fantastic. We will head back into the par 4 now. From these back tees, you can't see a thing off the tee, so I figure we'll get a really cool shot of the disc coming past the camera here, because you really can't see a thing. Hear it whiz by you. But I just tried to get up to the turn, and I do pretty good at that, get myself onto some flat ground. So I have about 120 feet left in. I'm going with my razor claw, just cut the gap here, give it a bid right at the basket. It goes just a bit past it, about 25 long, but right on line. I was super happy with the shot. I was able to throw it flat, let it hyzer back, and then I can step up, hit band because I'm still working on my putting, but on the second one I knock it down, so we're happy with that. And then this is the one earlier that I was like, I just can't believe that distance. So standing on these back tees, they say it's 300, even though the other tee's only 40 feet in front of you, maybe. But throw a little flex shot, get myself to just outside of the circle here, and this time though I have a downhill putt and I'm able to just center right on the pole, high side. It was really nice. That's the danger though, is the roll away. So now you can see the basket, or where the basket would be, and the little triangle cutout between the bush and the house. And this one goes directly over the top of the basket. I think it was like a foot too high of an ace run. On these temp basket, this is the only temp basket on the course. I think it probably would have spit out on me and I'd have been devastated, but great throw. I threw I have a swirly S-line TD on both of those, and just threw it on hyzer, get it to just kind of ride on hyzer, and it was really, really nice. We're throwing back out into that open field, getting myself just past the archery range here. I leave myself, again, about 50 feet. This is a long one uphill, so we're just going to stand still putt, drop the putters up there, walk up, take our par. I feel pretty confident in that because it is a long shot. You got to really nail a tight gap on a long shot uphill. Hole 18 here. It's just so long. I'm going with Summer Breeze, and I'm just ripping it flat, letting it hyzer back. I was super happy with how I played out here. You'll see I step up with my last couple of putts from just outside a circle. I finished with an 11 down, which is a 45, first time through. I felt like I was throwing it well. I felt like my upshots were really solid when I needed them. A lot of standstill putts to really close out pars, which made me really happy. I felt like I played pretty good today, not my best. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm looking to do more of these vlog styles and some giveaways soon, hopefully.